Hey everyone, today I'm going to be just taking you through the Pinsound audio and stereo upgrade to the Williams Indiana Jones Path of Adventure pinball machine. We've got lots of other work that's already been done on this, so we're going to go right into the first step, which is going to be replacing the subwoofer with this nice heavy-duty Pinsound subwoofer. Replacing the woofer, the mid-range and tweeter with two new stereo speakers. We have all the cabling, we've got all the zip ties and screws, and we also have our Pinsound board that we'll be installing. I'm going to run through this fairly quickly so you get a good idea. I'm also going to do a comparison of the sound before and after. So let's get started with the subwoofer installation. The first thing you can see is just the difference between, the stock Williams subwoofer and the Pinsound subwoofer. This is a beast compared to the original. So this is pretty straightforward. I'll skip all the steps. Basically, removing the screws, removing the old subwoofer, and installing the new one along with cables and running the cables up through the back. So I removed the old subwoofer and cleaned inside. And now we're going to use the Pinsound new subwoofer adapter plate, screw it in there, and that'll let us put the new big speaker in. Another comparison of the difference between the Pinsound woofer and the original subwoofer. That's a pretty massive unit. There we go. Subwoofer is installed. I recommend just tying off the old speaker wires, maybe even labeling them, just so you, the next owner, or if you want to ever use those for some reason, they're here. So tie them off, label them, tie them off, stick them back here. This is the wiring harness. This is the part that'll go to the subwoofer. This goes up to the board, and these are for the right and left speakers. Now we've taken out the back glass, removed the speaker DMD panel, and this is where you can see that the original speakers, it was a mid-range and then a tweeter over here. So even though this was their DCS sound system, this particular game was not in stereo. Speakers connect up to the sound card up here. This sound card's having some issues, and we're going to be replacing that with the Pinsound. But let's get started on the speakers and get those done. Speakers have been removed, and you can see here the comparison. So here was the original mid-range to be replaced by this one, and then the former tweeter with this one. There's going to be an adapter that we're going to need for this side, not for that side. And again, we disconnected it from the board. Here's the speakers installed, wired up to the harness. This goes down for the subwoofer. I'm going to zip tie it to this channel. And now we can get on to removing the board. Let me just pull off a couple of these, and you can see the original board, the original ROM chips. That's for all the sound files that are in this machine. Nicely designed board. Typically these capacitors are shot. There's an issue with one of these, so we'll worry about that later. We're gonna just remove this board and all its connectors and plug in the Pinsound. Look at the actual Pinsound board. You can see this beautiful board built in France by the Pinball brothers. There they are. They've got just some amazing products, and this is really the first one that they came out of the gate with. And you can see there's a lot of technology. There's a lot of a lot of capacitors on this board. But basically this takes the old DCS mono, splits it into stereo through the stereo cabling. You also can tweak the EQ using the little roller switches here. The USB at the top is used for the sound files. I'll show you that later. The sound files are copied onto a USB stick and then processed by the board. There's also a bunch of status. There's an LED, a status LED, that sort of tells you the status of the board. Now, you can see the board it replaces is a lot wider than the original. Sorry, the original was a lot wider. So they do come with adapters because this is made for a bunch of different games, and you can see there's Williams WPC-DCS adapter that I'm going to install. But it's also good if you have a Data East machine. You can kind of use those as well. So kind of cool. So I'm going to install the adapters, and then I'm going to reinstall it back in the game. Cleaned up sort of the area back there. And we'll be right back. So the board is installed. You can see the adapters. This one's mostly more for spacing. This one actually is for the extenders. I've got the power back in. This is the speaker harness that we saw before. Again, I haven't put this in. The first thing to do on a Pinsound is to download the new BIOS and load it here once the speakers are in, because there's visual or there's audio cues. So I'm going to do that. I download the new file from Pinsound directly, put it on the USB stick, put her in, and you'll hear it updating. I downloaded the new firmware, put it on a USB stick, 32 gig. Gonna turn it on and let you see it's gone through this little update. And it's starting to initialize, and it copies over the new firmware. Ooh, listen to that.
The system is currently updating.
Nice.
Please wait.
I will wait. Once the Pinsound firmware has been upgraded, you can go to the Pinsound site to the machine that you have the card for, and you can see there's, in this case, there's 4 different soundtracks. One of them is the same as another, just remastered, as well as being able to download the original sound files from the machine. I'm going to go with the Jedi Remaster and see how that sounds. So I've downloaded it. I'm going to copy it to the USB stick, and then the machine will start processing the zip file. All right, the sound files have been processed. You can see I got a nice green light, and white lights along the equalizer. So that means the files are ready to go. That conversion can take a few minutes, so you have to be very patient. So again, 1, upload the new firmware, then 2, copy the sound file and let it convert, and it'll tell you that it's converting, and it'll tell you when it's ready. So I'm gonna reassemble everything, and then we can test the sound.
Rubbish.
Alright, so that is the Pinsound upgrade to the beautiful Indiana Jones, the Pinball Adventure. Now in stereo.